Ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite president, Donald J. Trump. This week, John and Grant are taking a little break, a well-deserved break, believe me. So we're bringing you a fantastic replay of one of the best episodes ever. I Am Too Sexy by Right Said Fred. It's huge, it's tremendous, and you're gonna love it. Enjoy, folks.
Если я чешу в затылке, не
No one did an intro
беда.
better than me.
В голове моей
Nobody
опилки,
in the history of intros.
Но хотят
Maybe
там и
John and
опилки, но
Grant.
кричалки и
I'm
вопилки,
so happy to
а
be
также
here.
шумелки, пыхтелки, сопелки.
Not as happy as you are to
Сочиняю
listen to it,
неплохо
but
иногда.
still quite happy indeed.
Хорошо живет на свете Винни-Пух, оттого поет он эти песни вслух. И неважно, чем он занят, если он худеть не станет, а ведь он худеть не станет.
Promise, no visual gags this week.
Not one.
Why'd you hold one finger up? You spoiled it already.
I didn't. That was two fingers. Anyway, all right. No visual gags.
No visual gags, and not like last week's episode. We are not going to be succinct this week.
We're going to have a loosey-goosey one because
gonna-
last week's was so structurally tight and perfect.
It was-
People won't believe it.
Toy like a tiger.
Look at
It
Tiger.
was toy like a tiger.
What's that from? What are we talking tight? Look at Tiger.
No, it's just something to say in it.
Tigers are tight.
Yeah, it's like a saying.
If you
Just
want
saying.
if you want something tight, get a tiger. I
you
always
ever-
say that. Everyone knows that.
Have you ever asked a tiger for $5?
He's not going to give it to you, is he?
He's tight.
Tigers are tight.
Tight like a
Everyone
tiger.
knows it.
Is
All
it-
right.
A friend of mine's a little short. He's a little short. He's never got enough money. He's always a little short. We're just talking about cooking tips. Cooking tips. This week's But I Won't Do That, which is, you might not know this about the But I Won't Do That podcast if you're a new listener, but we are actually Australia's #1 cooking podcast.
Absolutely, yeah.
We have a cooking tip for you.
And you know what? Thank you. We're thrilled.
I'm
Yeah,
thrilled.
I'm thrilled.
I'm
Who would have
thrilled.
thought it?
We now...
It's because of all the times we talk about food and
Yeah.
cooking and just showing off
And
our
all these-
culinary skills.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
Yeah, and we now have a cooking department as well at Beauty Corp.
We do. Oh my goodness, that is going off. We've got cakes over there. We've got
Yeah, I can
Did
see
Chinese
some tarts.
food going- you
I can
can-
see some tarts.
there's a few tarts over
And what
there.
are they cooking? Oh, what
Yeah, but
that's
it's a
what,
brilliant department. You know what?
Yeah.
It's the best smelling department.
oh, it is.
Unlike not like the
level
pigeon,
12
not like the pigeon factory.
and level
That
12,
really-
the fart rooms.
I know.
Yeah.
Can I just ask you something?
Yeah, no,
I
there's
don't
no
really.
time.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
no, okay,
I
go on.
just
We'll
have
back
to-
time. We'll back time. We'll back time.
Okay, look, Beauty Corp to me makes all perfect sense, except the fart rooms. Like
Hmm.
Pigeon Factory, no problem. Why do we have a strippers department on level 12? No problem. But yeah, the fart department. I know that's kind of your thing, but you got to explain it to
I've
me.
explained this to you so many times. This is the last time I'm going to explain.
It's probably good you're doing it on the pod because I can listen back. All right.
So, the fart department powers the other departments. Right?
Oh,
It's a part of our renewables policy.
fair enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
yeah,
we tried it your way, and all of the hamsters died.
yeah, they did.
And I said, John, I said,
Yeah,
John, and you said,
and I said, Grant.
and I said, John,
And I said, Grant.
and I said, John,
I said, Grant.
and I said, John,
I said, Grant.
and I said, John.
And I said, Grant.
And
And
then-
it was all
and then-
fine.
and then it was
yeah,
born-
it was all
and then it
fine
was
after
born.
that. That's how we deal with
A
stuff.
few changes have been made, though.
Yeah.
It did start on level 8,
Yeah.
and then we realised that it was interfering with all of the activity on level 9, which wasn't good.
I never would have thought of that. Of
Yeah.
course, it makes perfect sense now you've said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've moved it up now to level 18,
Yeah.
and that's where the fire department is. Level 18.
Level
Taking notes.
18. Can
Yeah.
you believe we're up to level 18?
I know.
It's like a new level every week.
Legals had to move.
Oh, where have they gone?
Oh, they're on a skiing holiday in Aspen.
Oh, of
Aspen
course.
too.
Are they still there?
Yeah, till December 23rd. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we can't call
Lucky
them.
for them.
I
How
know.
did they get such a good deal?
They're the legal department.
Oh, yeah. They're
Yeah.
clever, aren't they?
Yeah.
No wonder they absorb the most money.
Speaking of money, this podcast, as of this week,
Whoa!
has,
This week?
is we have to do our AGM. So I
Okay.
need to let all the listeners know how much money we, as podcasting professionals,
Absolutely.
have generated from the But I Won't Do That podcast.
Fantastic.
Yeah, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you want to give an estimate first, like an exciting estimate?
An exciting estimate about how... Does that
how much
include the
money-
pigeon factory, the whole building, the ski slope?
No, just from the podcast.
Just from the podcast. All
Obviously,
right.
the podcast funds everything else.
Well, the pigeon factory funds everything, technically.
Well, technically,
But yeah, I get what you're saying. All right.
you are so proud of your work at the pigeon factory.
Man, it's not easy to put... have you ever seen a baby pigeon? No.
Actually,
Because they come out of our factory. We make the pigeon... Well, I mean, we make 40% of the world's pigeons, but there are other factories.
I've never seen a baby pigeon.
Exactly. They're manufactured.
I have seen a baby
They're
seagull.
real,
Yeah.
but they're manufactured in a factory.
Okay.
Unlike that bloody Hugh Jackman who's making them robots in his pigeon factory.
I know legal department's on holidays. We said we couldn't talk about Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, sorry. I forgot. I just brought it up. Anyway.
Casper Van Dien, if you're listening, I just sent you a message.
Yeah, that's the guy at Starship Troopers.
It
You know
is.
what? He'd be a big help.
Yeah.
We need his help. All right,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay. You want to
We
live
need-
forever?
We need somebody to deal with Hugh Jackman.
I know. That's why I said Casper Van Dien.
Yeah,
He's
good.
the only person who can.
That's a great idea.
Thank
All right,
you.
brilliant.
So, annual general report, annual general meeting.
Yes.
Just take a quick note of who's here. Yep, cool. That's everyone.
Yep.
We have made,
I was going to give an estimate.
yeah,
All right, my estimate is $18.4 billion.
$18.43 billion.
Whoa! I
Yep.
was way off.
Yeah.
How crazy can a man be so far off?
Well, pretty darn.
So you know what? I'm embarrassed.
You should be.
Yeah, I was so embarrassed at how off I was.
You should be. Anyway,
It's almost like I had no idea what was going on.
I know.
Yeah.
$18.43 billion.
Wow.
That's more than the GDP of Kazakhstan.
It certainly is. Yeah. It
Speaking of
goes quickly, though.
Speaking of Kazakhstan, Kazakhstan's number one export was a band called Right Said Fred, who
Kazakhstan, huh?
sung a song. They sung it called
Yeah.
Go on.
Sung. Yeah, sung.
sung or sang? Sung. It's sung.
They
You know
sung it and
sometimes-
they sang it.
Sung. Sung.
What is it? Sung or sang?
Sung.
Sung. All right.
Sung.
Do we need to call anyone?
Say
No,
it
we'll
again.
be all right.
Say it again.
Sung.
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 Sung. It's like playing ping pong with a rubber ball.
I was thinking of those two things off Sesame Street.
Bong.
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 Yeah. Bong.
Bong.
Whatever they're saying. Yeah.
What?
Bong.
What? What?
Rap, 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 rap. Everyone's listening going, yeah, great, guys. Sesame Street. Do impressions from idiots off Sesame Street. Thanks, boys. Granta, here we've got a song.
It's called I'm Too Sexy. And it goes
classic.
a little bit like this. I'm just going to have this conversation with you, John,
Yeah.
because my self-esteem just needs some checking up on. So
Yeah, sure,
As
mate.
my therapist,
Your
as my
therapist.
licensed,
As your licensed
therapist.
rapist.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It is.
I actually put a gap on the door. It's meant to say therapist.
Oh, so is
I had
that
a bit of a
John
gap
Menzies,
between
the rapist?
Yeah, it does. It means to. It was sign writing. Sign writing. I mean, just get it right. Anyway, it's a whole new thing.
So that's why that guy yesterday left with a brown voice and walked with a lisp.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Cool. So I'm just going to confess my.
Yeah, please do. Sorry, as your therapist, I am laughing at you right now, and I shouldn't do that. That's unprofessional. Please, Mr. Mullen. What do you have?
I'm too sexy for my love.
Wait. Mr. Mullen, I'm not really sure what you mean by that.
Too sexy for my love.
What do you see love as that you're too sexy for it? What do you...
Well, I don't know. I just feel that I'm too sexy for my love.
Okay. Look, that's
Yeah.
very valid. Yeah.
Yeah, you asked me a question that I wasn't prepared for and had no response for.
No, that's absolutely fair enough. You know what? Because it was very, very poorly said, or if it were a song, would have been badly written.
But
I'm not disparaging you, Mr. Mullen. I'm sorry. I'm meant to be a therapist and a professional. I'm really not being that.
I fear that love's going to leave me
Why would you...
because I'm too sexy for it.
You're too sexy for you, and therefore your love is going to leave you.
Yep. And then I'll just be an ordinary podcaster.
Oh, mate. And I'm meant to be a therapist, but all I can say is...
So unfair.
It is. Just a podcaster. Oh. Nothing could be worse than be a podcaster. I'm sorry, Mr. Mullen, but you need to see a doctor.
I'm too sexy. I'm too sexy for my shirt.
You know what? That is a nice shirt.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. I'm so sexy it hurts.
It really is hurting you. Are you sure you don't need me to call you an ambulance? Because you look in huge discomfort.
I need a holiday.
You need a holiday?
Yeah.
Sure, where would you like to go?
Anywhere, where would you suggest?
I would suggest maybe, go somewhere fancy. You know where I would go?
Where?
Milan.
I'm too sexy for Milan.
You're too sexy for Milan?
Yeah, and New York.
All right, calm down.
And Japan.
What? I was just going to suggest Japan. I was just going there. Look, Grant, calm down. You know what you could do? Look, I'm going to cheer you up. Come over to my house. We're going to have a party.
I'm too sexy for your party.
Oh, wait. Man, it's just a little get-together.
Too sexy for your party.
Mate, what are you doing?
No way.
What are you doing?
No way. I'm disco dancing.
You are! Stop it! This is a professional facility. You cannot be dancing in here. There's not licensed for it.
I'm a model, you know what I mean?
Wait, what kind of model? A model boat?
A Model T Ford.
You know what a model is? Imitation of the real thing. I think that's very telling.
Oh, gosh.
I do know what you mean. Sorry.
I suddenly feel like I'm actually in therapy. I do my little turn on the catwalk.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the catwalk.
Where do you do it?
On the catwalk.
Where?
On the catwalk, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do again?
I do my little turn on the
I
catwalk.
thought it was that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I gotta go.
So
I gotta drive home.
You've got to drive home?
Yeah.
Look, mate, is that your car out there?
My car?
Yeah, your car. Is that
My
your
car?
Yeah.
My car?
Yeah.
I'm too sexy for my car.
You're what?
Too sexy for my car.
You can't be sexier than your car. How much sexier could you be than your car?
Too sexy by far.
Really? Brett, hold on.
Yeah.
Look, you've had disasters in your life, but I've got to say something.
Go ahead.
That hat you're wearing is really, really
hat?
nice.
My hat.
Yeah, your hat.
My hat.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to bring that up, you bastard?
It's a lovely hat.
I'm too sexy for my hat.
You're what?
Too sexy for my hat. What do you think about that?
I think you're crazy.
But you're my
I'm sorry.
therapist.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm being very unprofessional.
I'm a model, you know what I mean?
What kind of model? A model aeroplane?
I feel like I've got deja vu, man.
What do you do? What do you do then?
I do my little turn on the catwalk.
Yeah?
Where'd that cat come from?
It was a catwalk.
This song
isn't
is
it?
too literal.
Maybe it is. Hey, maybe it's not in. Maybe it's not like it's maybe for cats outside a house. What are you doing, Graham?
Shaking my little tush on the catwalk.
You really were, weren't you?
I really actually just did that visual gag.
That was a visual gag. He made me watch him shake his ass for a joke.
Hey, it was my little tush.
It was your little tush. It was you shaking. Look, the reality is it was shaking your big old ass.
Oh
but,
my gosh.
Right, where are we? Oh, we did. Oh, there was lots of catwalk walking and repeating. Meow. Meow. Lots of cats on catwalk. This really repeats. Meow. Meow.
Page 2.
Grant, look, you've had some troubles lately.
On my catwalk.
You have had some troubles on your catwalk. You know what I
What do
think
you
this
suggest?
means? You need some comfort, maybe comfort every day at home. I'm
Pet
thinking
therapy
you
or
should
something?
get yourself a therapy animal, maybe a dog. I'm thinking
allergic
maybe
to dogs. I'm allergic.
get a cat. Oh, what's the problem?
Why did you have to bring that up?
What's wrong with that?
I'm too sexy for my cat.
You're too sexy for what?
Too sexy for my cat.
What?
Poor pussy.
Hold on, that took a corner. Whose pussy? Did you hurt somebody's pussy?
Poor pussy. That's the pussy you can afford.
Yeah. Poor pussy cat.
gosh. I'm too sexy for my love.
What?
Yeah, that's how I started.
You still are too sexy for your love.
Yeah, love's gonna leave me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You know what you should do? All this that you've talked to me about is quite beautiful. You should put it in words, bit of music, maybe a song.
I want to make a song and dance out of things. I think I'm too sexy for this song.
You are too sexy for this song.
You know what?
What?
This is the fastest podcast I've ever done.
No.
So should we just talk about...
That was very, very, very repetitive, that
I
song.
freaking love that.
That was good,
It
though.
was so much fun.
Oh.
So should we talk about... what should we talk about for the next 15 minutes?
Oh, well, what we do need to talk about, there is something we need to talk to the
there was the
listeners
cake.
about. Of course, the
Hey,
K's.
did you guys like that? Did you guys like that today? I hope you did. Why don't you, if you did like it, you know what John and I need you to do? We need you to start rating our podcast. If you can give us a 5-star review, that would be really, really helpful for us. Our listenership is growing and growing, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot to our special
We're the
guests
number
as well.
15 podcast in the world for military history now.
Yes, we're number 3 for psychologists.
Yes, and number 14
number
for bicycle ride in Uruguay.
Number 6 dating podcast.
Yeah.
You know, we're the only Tasmanian-based comedy podcast that talks about song lyrics that's had a Doug Anthony All-Star on their show.
Absolutely. We are killing it.
Probably by now we've had Loz, the comedian. We've had Loz Booth.
I hope so. Yeah, absolutely.
Probably by now.
Hope so.
We record these in advance. So Loz
Yeah.
Booth, who's a famous TikToker, she's probably been on by now. If not, Loz Booth's on next week.
If not, Loz, what are you doing? Come on.
And Casper Van Dien. Casper Van Dien's coming on the show.
He is. Sylvester Stallone might.
You know who he's bringing with him?
Who's that?
Adrian.
Adrian! You bring Arnold. Get to the chopper.
Come on, I'm right here.
Come on.
Do it now. Come on. So you were saying we do have a bit of important news.
We do have important news. As we said before, the last 2 songs that have been suggested by listeners have been females with the letter K. We are asking if there's one more female with the letter K, like maybe a Karen. Let's redeem the Karens.
Kristen. Kristen's a nice
Kristen's
name.
fine.
Kirsty.
Any of you, any females with a name beginning with K, get in touch because then K's winner. And we get KKK.
We've got a special prize of a pillowcase hat.
Pillowcase hat
and flaming
with the eyes come through and a flaming
pitchfork.
Yeah. And
so
it will then be emblazoned with KKK and you can win it at your next family gathering with friends.
Yeah. And second prize? What's second prize? A pair of orthopedic sandals, I think, that we've bought from the op shop.
Yeah, they can have those as well.
Yeah, some. Have you ever seen anyone selling old worn Birkenstocks?
No, is that a thing?
Yeah, people sell their second-hand Birkenstocks
Second-hand
with
ones?
their dirty hippie toe marks in them.
I can't believe that's a thing.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It is disgusting. I'm not going to yuck someone's yum, but I'm yucking someone's yum.
Hey, we need to find a winner as well for the But I Won't Do That Slightly Shit show bag.
Yeah, we've been banging on about that for a long time.
Because it's sitting inside my front door. And
you know what we could do? We could just say, and I'm just throwing this out there.
Yeah.
We could just say, the first person to say in social media,
want it.
I'm having it.
Yeah.
You win.
All right, that's it.
And just hit, or you have to be, because obviously you'll be one of the first listeners and the first people bothered to actually say it.
Yeah.
So just throw it in there, let us know.
But you can't just say, yeah, I want it. Because then who knows?
25 words or less. No, 25 words.
You're going to reference the Slightly Shit show back.
Yeah.
Mate, actually, tell us why you want it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be a good reason. It doesn't even have to be 25 words or less. It could just be, I want it so I can throw it out and finally be rid of this damn thing.
I want to because I can read those absolute genius, cracking entertainment books that are in there.
Yeah. And there's more and more being added into the show bag every single week. It's pretty much become my hard rubbish.
Yeah. I put a dead squirrel in there earlier.
Oh, is that what that was?
Oh, hold on. We're trying to be more factually correct. I did not put a dead squirrel in there. I dropped it in there, took it back out again. Because I needed it for later.
There you go.
Sorry.
Factually accurate.
Yeah.
But that was last week's podcast, not this one. So you could have said anything and it wouldn't have mattered.
I could have done.
The legal department's in Aspen 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
We can just do whatever we want. So on next week's podcast, we're going to say the
Если я
F word.
чешу в затылке, не беда.
Flouncy?
Yep.
Woo!
See you next week.
Но хотят-то мы опилки, но кричалки и вопилки, а также шумелки, пыхтелки и сопелки сочиняю я неплохо иногда. Да. Хорошо живет на свете Винни-Пух, оттого поет он эти песни вслух. И неважно, чем он занят, если он худеть не станет, а ведь он худеть не станет, если, конечно, вовремя подкрепиться. Да. Трам-парам-па-пам-парам-па-пам-пам-па. Пум-пурум-пу-пум-пурум-пу-трам-пам-па. Пум-пурум-пу-пум-пум-пум. Пум-пум-пум-пум-пум-пум. Хорошо живет на свете Винни-Пух. Оттого поет он эти песни вслух. И неважно, чем он занят, если он толстеть не станет.